tonight's late feed, incredible stories of heroism out of Vegas and newly released body cam footage.
And Yahoo now says the 2013 breach affected all 3 billion accounts. And if that's not bad enough, Equifax is now saying their breach is worse than we thought.
It's time for the late feed. You know, here on the late feed, we've spent a lot of time talking about the worst of human behavior in Las Vegas. Unfortunately, it's part of our job in reporting the news. That's what we do. But we need to stop doing that for a moment right here at the top of the show tonight. That's because while there was one evil person doing a lot of damage, there were many more heroes helping victims. So what happened in Vegas, it's not a story about the end of humanity. It's really a story about the greatness of humanity. Now, I've got some more information for you tonight about some of the victims. Investigators believe that they now have identified all of them, and they've also clarified some numbers. Unfortunately, one more has passed away. So 59 people plus the gunman who took his own life, no longer with us. 527 others were injured. Meanwhile, the performer who was on stage when those bullets started flying, Jason Aldean, has canceled his shows this weekend out of respect for the victims. Now, let's talk about some of those heroes you may not have heard about. Faith Abube is going to join us now tonight to talk about some of those. And Faith, a lot of heroes, and these are the stories I think folks really need to hear about tonight.
Yeah,
we need this.
You hear these stories about heroism, and it restores your faith in humanity. A lot of these people risked their lives to save the lives of others. Take, for example, Jonathan Smith. Take a look at his picture, a 30-year-old copy machine repairman, and he's from California. The father of 3 is credited with saving at least 30 lives. When the bullets started raining down there in Las Vegas, he grabbed strangers and made sure they hid behind cars. He was shot in the neck when he ran to save a couple of girls who were stranded in the open field without cover. And he's going to be okay tonight, but doctors say he'll have to live with the bullets inside his neck for the rest of his life.
30 people.
30 people.
30 people. These bullets coming down. He's running out. He's not trained to do this. It's just within him. Yeah, that's who he is.
We heard from a lot of people who did exactly just that. Another act of bravery. This one, 29-year-old Marine veteran Taylor Winston. You see him there. There's a post on Facebook from his friend hailing him a hero in the middle of all that chaos. Instead of running away and saving his own life, the veteran didn't want to leave all these injured people behind. So he told news outlets he frantically tried to find a car to get them to safety. And the first car door he happened to open had keys inside. So he got as many injured people as possible in the back of that truck and took them to the hospital. He said he made 2 trips to the hospital before ambulances were able to get to the scene.
So this is a guy who has the wherewithal to find keys in a car, but then takes people away, he's in safety, drives back to the scene.
Yeah, definitely, and saved so many lives. One more to share with you tonight. Several of the victims of this Las Vegas shooting, they were first responders who were there trying to save other people's lives. Take a listen to one of the off-duty firefighters who was at that concert with his daughter.
Once the automatic fire started, we knew it was something else. I was with a good friend, Ted Ragoni, he's a corrections officer. His training kicked in, and he knocked me down to the ground and covered me. Within seconds, we decided to take cover, and we ran into an area that had an overhead, and at that time I realized that my daughter was still there.
Just very emotional. He did later find his daughter.
She's okay?
She's okay. She's doing well. She's fine. You're taking a look now at video of survivors inside the Tropicana Hotel. They're standing up. They're clapping for first responders for the tremendous job they did. 11 off-duty firefighters were injured in that shooting, but they still put other victims first. One of the firefighters was shot in the arm while helping a victim. But guess what he did, Vinny? He continued giving CPR with one hand after he had been shot.
That's the story. That's the story we need to remember. And Faith, appreciate it. I mean, that's really good stuff, and I think it's something everybody needed tonight. All right, we've got some other information for you, okay? Just about an hour ago, there was an update to what happened